This is David from Brooks Drinking Water. I want to take you through setting up a water purification plant. My name is David Waweru. I am a water bottler. I purify and bottle brand drinking water. That is what I've been doing probably for the last about 3 years or so. The company is called Brooks Drinking Water. Brooks is a household name in many of Nairobi's estates, pubs and hotels and homes as well. I have been doing aviation for the past 25 years. I was an air traffic controller in the Kenya Air Force for 12 years. Yes, I was in the military for 12 years, then I left. I left, went to work in dark aviation in Sudan as an operations officer, and then moved on to Kenya Airways as a flight dispatcher. I only got to get into the water business out of the need to do something different from what I could see other people doing. The experience was good. It's somewhere where it's good, especially it instills the discipline in life. It also gets to get you to be a more positive person and also to look at life in a totally different way. And you get to appreciate every second that you live, and you want to make positive change to life and to the people around you in everything that you do. I can say that confidently say that we have the best drinking water. We make sure that our purifying machines have a cleaning and maintenance schedule. We use the reverse osmosis system where we have good tasting water without probably almost zero impurities. The water, we encourage customers to give us feedback, and at the end of the day we realize that we have some of the best. It's probably, I feel it's the best water in the Kenyan, in the Eastern Central African market. Before you get into the water business, the first people you need to talk to are KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards. And it's good that you also get to know what KEBS expect of you. They need to know exactly where you are setting up your plant, and there are areas that you can set up a water plant, there are areas that you cannot set up a water plant. Your source of water needs to also be checked so that they can know whether it's good for purification or not. You also need to know other regulations like the licenses involved. You need an EMA license whenever you're setting up a plant like this. You also need to have a KEBS license, the standardization mark. You also need a KRA license, because water is an excess, you pay excise duty for water. When you look at the licenses involved, you probably need about between 450 and 500,000 shillings for licensing of water before you're able to get all the licenses involved. About 6 licenses. Some of those licenses will be issued to you if your plant is done in the right way. Like KEBS will come and inspect, and then the last license you get is the KRA. Challenge that many people have faced in the water business is you've gone ahead and started your shop without involving KEBS. And then they'll come and tell you the location disqualifies you. The way you've done it disqualifies you. So we are not going to license your water. And many people have been frustrated and closed down the shops. After you're done with KEBS and they ask you exactly what, they give you a list of items that you need to address. You tick against the box yourself. If you feel you are ready to now start doing water, based on that, then you go and start setting up your plant. Because some of the best machines are quite expensive, go on the internet, get the right information, get to understand water, research and do more research. Talk to the people who are doing the water business, get some guidance. Once you have identified a water purifying machine of your choice, that is now the main business here. Then others are things that you have labeling machines, you have bottling machines, you have bottle cleaning machines, you have baling machines. Those are secondary machines which sometimes get substituted by manual work, you know, in the spirit of creating employment. And of course, those machines will need to occupy big space. So based on the space you have, you probably sometimes sent back to having people do manual work because you don't have machines, and of course the cost of installing those big machines. Every 90 days we have 2 days set apart for cleaning purposes so that we continue producing good quality water. Otherwise, if we let the machines run for like a whole year, we would probably have some water going into the market which is not of good quality. Some machines are easy to maintain, others are difficult. The more complex a machine, the more you need a properly trained person to do the job. The bottling for commercial purposes begins after you've received your license and mark of standardization from KEBS. Even before KEBS comes for your inspection, because they need to have a sample of your water, how it's going to look like in the market, you need to design and have your label designed. They have standards which if you looked online, you probably get to know exactly how you're supposed to label your products before they go to the market. There are many people making bottles, so you go for what is good for you and what you are comfortable sending out to your clients. Of course, it comes down to quality, it comes down to reliability of the supplier, it comes down to also the design of the bottle. You can set up a water purifying and processing plant in places where you don't have water, because we have alternative water supplies. Alternative water supply is where we have the water bowsers supplying you with water. Then we have the piped water from the government. And so those are options that allow people to explore the option of purifying water even when you don't have like borehole water or a stream running next to your plant.
We purify the Kanjo water. These are water from the county government. We have carbon filter and sand filter. So sand filter removes large particles that are in water. From there it goes to carbon filter that will remove some smaller particles. So from carbon filter it goes to we have microfilters. So from microfilters it removes it through the membrane to remove any kind of smell and those traces of chlorine, because this Kanjo water normally has high level of chlorine, so it removes that chlorine. From there it passes through the UV to remove any kind of bacteria. So from the UV it goes to the final tank, where now it is tapped into bottle for use. Now it is ready for use. We have daily tests, that is microbiological test. You must ensure that every morning you know the pH of your water before you start bottling them. So you have to adjust. We have pH plus and then we have pH minus. When pH plus, that means your pH is low, so you will have to use pH plus to boost your pH of your water.
Once your water ready, produced and ready, now you need to market your product. Of course, there's already water in the market, and there are people already selling water, and there are big brands, big names. So you need to go and convince the customer that you have better product.
Most of our target customers are the clubs. We do customize. We sell our Brooks drinking water with our own label. But what mostly we advise our customers, especially the clubs, we advise on customizing and doing the labeling. Or what I would like to advise our people in this business, you take on the quality of water that you are giving to your customers, and again the consistent of your supply. Always available for your customers and giving the quality. I check on my customers. I call them on daily basis to check whether they have enough supply of water, and again I make sure they get enough supply. I talk to my team. We do the supply. I also do the supply. We have a counter. I do the driving. I do the delivery to the customers.
We have 3 departments. We have this, the production department. There are people who are dedicated to producing water. That is cleaning of the bottles, filling the bottles, labeling the bottles, sealing the bottles, and baling and sending out. Then we have the people who do delivery to various customers. Then we have the marketing team. It's an interesting business to go into. I always say it's not for the faint-hearted. There's cutthroat market competition for the market in the, in the industry. It's not something that you just sit and let things roll. It's something that you need to research and be up to date with every other day.